Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Gearbits. It is as far as I can tell, it's kind of an Armored Core-esque indie game, which is cool. There's not a whole lot of really good mech games out there, which baffles me constantly because mech games are fun. And so yeah, let's give this a shot and see how it goes. So we have play mission, extra missions, base exchange. What is this? Huh. Okay. How to play. Select weapon, move, fire weapon. Alright, that's nice and easy. Yeah, sure, play mission. Opening. In the distant future, mankind has found a new home in the endless expanse of space. Humanity now lives on countless colonies established throughout the universe. Mining colony SKG, known by the locals as the planet Oront, is one such colony. The people of Oront have lived peaceful lives. The planet's rich mining industry produced a vast quantity of valuable minerals, and the people were free to enjoy their everyday lives. However, the peaceful life on Oront was about to come to an end. 6 months ago, sightings of giant insects began to be reported. EDF? The insects were appearing in massive swarms and causing destruction wherever they roamed. The frequency and volume of the swarms began to rapidly increase. A giant nest, the hive spire, began to form near the location of the first sightings. Soon it was tall enough to be seen for miles away. The insects, known as letopids by the locals, have become a catastrophic influence on all other life on Oront. The chaos brought by the letopid invasion has led to lawlessness across the entire planet. Gangs of bandits are causing havoc out in the open, and nefarious elements hiding in shadows are plotting to use the crisis for their own benefit. It was decided that Oront wouldn't survive on its own. They would need help from other colonies. A distress call was sent to the core worlds using the long-range communication abilities of the capital space elevator. Despite fierce resistance, the letopid swarms kept advancing, eventually even taking the capital where the base of the space elevator is located. With the loss of the space elevator, Oront was cut off from the rest of the universe, and all they can do is hold back the swarms and hope that their signal of distress has been heard by the core worlds. So we have a tutorial, test site free play, or transfer orders. Okay, so it's a short campaign. Sure. Alright, so now that I've played through the tutorial, I mostly know what I'm doing. Transfer orders. Escort the convoy across the desert. Completion reward 20,000 credits. Good news, everyone. Today is the day that I'll finally be free of you. You're being transferred to Kano base to bolster the front line. Also send a convoy carrying a shipment of supplies with you. Your mission is to escort the convoy across the desert to the base, intact and unharmed. I know that's a lot to ask, but I'm certain that whatever happens, your failure will be Kano Base's problem and I won't have to deal with it. I'm sick of looking at you. Go, get to the hangar, get your gear, and get out. Alright, so I cannot buy the Mirabilis Commander type. We have the Urokissa, which is tougher, but slower. Or, well actually no, has a higher thruster capacity. We just don't have fire control system or melee control. So this one seems to be more of an all-rounder. Looks like I've got a rifle and rocket tubes, and that's all I've got. A transfer to the big city. We're really moving up in the world. You idiot. They're only sending us away because they don't want us. Their loss. They don't know my value. They'll be begging for me back soon enough. I'm begging you to stop talking and get us safely across the desert. Sure thing, you can count on me. Heads up, everyone. We spotted a swarm of alien bugs headed your way. Just my luck. Should we go around them? Negative, you cannot avoid them. Your best bet is to keep a tight formation and punch through them. There's an abandoned outpost nearby. Okay. Let's see. Doesn't look like anything's spawning in yet, so I think we just wait for the convoy to make it there. And yeah, there's some resources there that I can snag, but I'm gonna wait for that. Looks like the trucks disappear as long as they're in there. The swarm is almost here. Take out the bugs. We'll keep you supplied. Don't waste the resupply drones. Shut up, we're using them. Resupply is marked as blue dots on the radar. Okay, so actually there's a boatload of bugs. Right. This is one issue that I was potentially going to have with this game. The base sensitivity for this game is actually like really high. which is manageable. Okay, just says destroy the bugs, so I don't think I need to worry too deeply about much of anything. So I do have just head guns. Oh, they barely do damage, though. Yeah, so keep the head guns for reserve when I absolutely need them. I wonder if the developers played EDF. I kind of hope they had. Like, if this game's, like, natural pedigree is just Earth Defense Force, I am very keen on this experience. Okay, ow. Me with a rocket, why don't you? Looks like there's no friendly fire, so I could be wrong. Yeah, I have to turn down the sensitivity, like, potentially a lot. That's a little bit better. I like to keep my natural sensitivity kind of high. Second wave incoming. Resupply while you can. No, I don't need it. I'm good. Please stop. Okay, let's use the fancy guns then. Because yeah, if those drones are going to be resupplying me regardless of what I do, then I might as well just shoot for the largest possible group. Oh my god, there's so many of them. I'm not allowed to run out of ammo here. I mean, it's kind of fun to play keep away until I actually need them. Okay. So, I guess since I did the tutorial off camera, I might as well explain how this, oh, now we're out of juice. There we go, there's some ammo. I might as well actually explain some base mechanics here. Oop, I think somebody blew that up. It's the last one, there you are. Then I think we have a couple more. Let's see. So, pretty basic third-person shooter controls. All things considered, you know, run around, you shoot, you aim, whatever. I have 4 weapon slots. Whiz clear, get moving before anything else shows up. Okay, you have 4 weapon slots, so I've got my immediate rifle, we've got the rocket gun, we've got head guns, which hopefully I can swap out later. I never noticed you could see the hive spire all the way out here. What an eyesore, I hate it. It's like a giant middle finger extended at humanity. We ought to teach those bugs some manners then. Yeah, let's show those bugs what happens if you flip off humanity. Okay, this is charming. Convoy makes the rest of his journey without incident. You arrive a little bit behind schedule? Question mark. Welcome to Kano Base. Looks like you had a rough trip. Unfortunately, we can't let you rest just yet. We'll take care of the cargo from here. Please go attend the debriefing. Okay. Yeah, what was I going to say? So we have 2 flight modes. We have hover, which is just go across the ground, and we also have flight, which lets me boost up into the sky. Mission reward, no checkpoint, credits earned. Cool. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the base. My name is Arno Contrail. I am the commander of this base and your commanding officer starting today. It's regrettable that the convoy was attacked. However, despite the circumstances, you all managed to protect the cargo admirably. Future is looking bright. With so many talented pilots joining us, I'll look forward to working with you. Well, that was nice and easy. I'm gonna go back. Base exchange. Welcome. How may I help you? So, lounge. You guys are the new pilots that transferred to the base, right? Yeah, that's us. Welcome to the base. I don't think I properly introduced myself. My name is Miska Holton. I'm in charge of all shipments to and from the base. So let me know if you have some special equipment you want. I'll get you anything you need. I'm Las Garel. Nice to meet you. Alia Halti. And I already know the third one. The new squad leader, Talon 1. Whoa, promotion already. How'd you manage that? Who's gonna be on your squad? Last, that's us. The 3 of us are in the Talon squadron. Seriously? Well then, lead the way, boss. Okay, so loadout. So can I can just set default. So I could buy a pea shooter. Does not run out of ammo. 30 damage per shot. 100 damage per shot. And then we have an SMG. Less damage per shot. More ammo. Let's see. So we have a homing rocket. We have the rocket tubes. And we have an autocannon. I think I'm gonna buy the autocannon. Looks like it can only have one of each, but this way I can at least carry a couple. I was kind of hoping I could actually have a second hand weapon. And looks like that's the upper limit. So I could also save up for the Mirabilis commander, but I think we're gonna leave that for later. So we have achievements, we have statistics. Pilot level 1, interesting. Complete the final mission, squash a bunch of bugs. Alright, easy enough. And looks like I might be able to redo missions for extra money. Blue Harvest, save valuable materials from the farm. Completion reward, 20,000 credits. A swarm of Ledopids is approaching a farm compound near the base. On top of being a farm, the compound is a research facility that focuses on Orontian plant life. Losing it will be a heavy blow. We can't risk keeping the workers there any longer. We sent a convoy of transport trucks to their compound. The task is to retrieve the last of the valuable materials and equipment. However, the operation is run late, and now the transports are at risk of getting caught in the approaching swarm. Your mission is to ensure that the transports make it out of there safely. Secure a path for the transports and cover their escape. Also keep in mind the transports are an attractive target for bandits. I want you to keep vigilant at all times. This will be Talon Squadron's first mission. Get a strong start by completing it successfully. Alright, same deal as last time. Okay, return to mission area. What? Oops. I was not aware. We're gonna switch to the autocannon. Nope, seems fine. Okay. So the answer is many of the bugs aren't approaching yet. I'm like just outside of the mission area too, which is slightly annoying. Well, I guess they can just blow things up. I'll just be here. Okay, stay with the convoy. Oh, gosh. I didn't realize that, okay, I did not realize that the convoy was going to be splitting up this much. I really wish I could tell kind of the effective range on this thing. I feel like blowing up all that infrastructure is probably a mistake. Okay, so this time, actually staying with the convoy, not making this mistake twice. Probably shouldn't overheat like that, but it's fine. Oh, my allies are worthless. Okay. There's another one. Damn it. Right. I've got a beam saber. And I actually know how to use it. There we go. Alright. Hover, let's catch back up. I don't know if we're gonna have... Oh, we are absolutely gonna have more. Okay, all of my guns are properly reloaded. Should be good. Gotta protect the first truck more than anything else. Go from here. Well, this should be fine. Should be fun. Yeah, I'd forgotten about the beam saber because it doesn't ask you to equip it, which is actually kind of a downer. I don't know. I love it when my mech games are extremely customizable. You know, let me swap out the legs, the shoulders, the heads. Oh, there's bandits, probably. Looks like the boss was right. They've got a whole convoy of supplies. Let's stop the trucks and see what they got for us. Okay, stop them from chasing the transports. Destroy 8 raiders. Or just fire rockets at them. Well, that works. Turns out these guys are pretty weak to beam sabers. And gun. Alright, that's a heal. And yeah, we've got plenty of ammo. Okay, should be good. It's just these last two. There we go. Okay, anything else? I have no idea. I'm gonna go grab resources. Second wave incoming. I see the transports. They got 3 GPs as escorts. Can we... Escorts are no problem. The trouble is, how we'll get the loot safely home. Let me take care of the escorts. You can focus on the trucks. Fine, go in fast and make it hurt. Sure thing, Granny. Oh no, these characters are going to be actual characters, maybe. Are you sure, ma'am? I know he's good, but 3 GBs at once? The boy will either beat the escorts or learn a valuable lesson. Either way, we should focus on the trucks. Aye, ma'am. Isn't that how your grandson gets killed? Move aside, we'll take the transports. This guy wants to fight us, can you guys believe it? Are you sure you're up to this? Don't you need any help from Grandma? Very cute. Let's see if you feel like laughing after I scrap your GB. Bring it on. Talon 2, do not engage. Focus on the transports. The leader will take him. Fine, he's all yours, buddy. Hello? Raider Hotshot. Kind of messy. Conveniently, it seems like all of my guns reload independently of each other. So as soon as I'm... There we go. As soon as I need to reload, I just swap weapons and seem to be good to go. New type of bug? Yep, that's not fun. Uh-oh, we got beamers. This is getting too hot for us. Cover me while I grab the cockpit module. We're getting out of here. The raiders are retreating and the transports are safe. Return to base. Mission accomplished. Yeah, hopefully we get more customization options as we go along. Maybe. It didn't splat nearly as many bugs as I was hoping for, but that's fine. We've recovered most of the precious equipment and materials. Securing the materials will help soften the blow of losing the facility. You've done a good job. We anticipated bandits, but I never would have guessed that the Gold Crest family would show up. Their crew is a cut above the rest, truly a formidable enemy. It's impressive that you managed to beat them. Alright. Base exchange. Let's see, lounge again? What's that you're eating? Ah, it's a sweet roll. They got them in the PX today. Is it good? I might want one. Better hurry then, they're almost gone. Hey, Miska, where'd you get these sweet rolls? Those? Made them myself. You did? Oh, they're good. Do you like baking? I do. Don't tell the commander, but I mostly like it because I can take a break from my other jobs to do it. The pastries are going to the PX, so it's not really slacking off. Not that it matters now. I doubt he'd tell me to stop. The soldiers have gotten so used to having pastries at the PX that if they were removed now, he'd have a mutiny on his hands. Do you bake much? I do. I love it. I want to open a bakery someday. You want to open a bakery? Yeah, I'm saving money to start with. I'm sure that the economy will be booming after the Letos are gone. That's going to be the best time to start a business. Well, yeah, at least better than now. That's right. Come by sometime. I'll give you a discount. You'll need to have a business before you can give out discounts. It'll happen, trust me. Okay, loadout. So we can actually buy this sucker now if we want to. Thruster capacity increase, cost of armor plating. Let me take a look at that. So 200 less HP, better thruster capacity, better melee and fire control. Sure. And yeah, if I check statistics, pilot level 3, so I don't know when we unlock new stuff. We also have extra missions if I want to. But these might just be like random missions, more than anything else. Deep Dark. Investigate the disturbance in the mines. We have a peculiar situation in one of our mines. Something's attacked the facility and driven out the miners. I asked our chief scientific advisor to explain the details. Hello, I'm Nora Jefferson. Thanks so much for having me. I'm the advisor that was supposed to explain, so I'll explain now. So, the mines, they were attacked by something, we don't know what. The workers who fled from the mines described huge quadrupeds with glowing green eyes. You might assume that they would be letopids. They also described being fired upon by the attackers. This is still reasonable since we know that some letopid strains are capable of ranged attacks. However, the equipment that sustained damage in the attack is full of what is unmistakably bullet holes. This isn't consistent with what we know of the letopids. Of course, with new letopid strains being discovered, it could be that there is an as-of-yet undiscovered strain that has the ability to fire projectiles like a man-made gun. If we consider wilder theories, they might also be domesticated letopids, though someone fitted with weapons. Or they could be letopids that learn to pick up and use weapons, or perhaps they aren't letopids at all. Thank you, Miss Jefferson. You've been very helpful. You too. The most important thing to remember is that we don't know what attacked the mines. Whatever they are, they have formidable potential for combat. Your mission is to descend into the mines and locate the intruders. They prove to be hostile, you must destroy them. Fire at will, identifying them as a secondary in priority to restoring the mine to working order. The mines are narrow and space is limited. A single GB can move around quite easily, but any more might cause problems. That's why you'll be conducting this mission solo. Okay. Oh, we got new weapons. So we have a bazooka or attack missile. The problem is just limited ammo, more than anything else. So we have a cannon, high velocity projectile, tons of damage, or twin gun. Yeah, this is just better. That should be good enough. I should set my loadout here. Proceed into the mine and destroy all the enemies. Okay. Yeah, I'm like 99% certain whoever made this game was an EDF fan. EDF and Armored Core, and like, boy, that is a good mix. I wish we had more games that fit that description, because I would gladly play any and all of those. That was one of the attackers. No doubt about it, they're mechanical. Seems that way, but where do they come from? Ooh. That was it. Really short range on that missile alert. There we go. That hurt real bad, though. Okay, do we have anything in here that gives me healing? The answer is no. That's rough, buddy. Unless... we got a couple routes here. One of these might have what I'm looking for. Unless this is the way I came from, I don't know. Yeah, okay, this is the route I came from. Shoot. Wasn't immediately clear. Yeah, this thing's got pretty good mobility, especially with the increased thruster capacity. The problem mostly boils down to it does not have much in the way of durability. Oh, well, that's empty. I might have to try the tankier lad at some point. I guess the one thing I can do is actually use my natural range kind of to my advantage. Here we go. Grab that health. Okay, there we go. Yeah, ideally what I'd like is some kind of sniper rifle. Like a lot of guns that will let me light some things up, but it seems like range matters a lot when it comes to like hitting enemies. And so if I can pick a bunch of guns that are longer range, that might be a good thing. I might also want to swap out the rocket pistol. It's good, but I think I'd prefer something with a little bit more. Okay, we don't have anything else, just a couple of these guys. Coming around the corner. Okay, it looks like that's all of them. That gets me my ammo back. Okay, this is delightfully arcadey in a good way. Still wish I could swap out more parts. Like, I think that's always going to be the one thing I go for. One's broken down in the cave. Looks to be in good condition. Detach the head module and bring it to us. Doubt we'll find anything else here. Exit the mine, take the head with you when you leave. Let me guess, somebody's gonna come along to try and hide the evidence? Probably. Yeah, I liked the more recent Armored Core game. I thought, was it 5? I liked Armored Core 5 a fair bit, but it did kind of have that Souls-like DNA. Namely that it was kind of punishingly hard at times. Oh, that's above me. In a way that I found, like, enjoyable, but also frustrating. Nothing. Alright, I guess we just go back up. Wait. What? Oh, I see, we go that way. That it was, like, I think just a little too punishing for me to fully have fun. I was challenged, but I wasn't, like, having a good time in a lot of the fights. I think that's kind of supposed to be the point. It's not supposed to be, like, the easiest. Frustrating. There we go. Oh, did this disable my cannon? It did. Okay, so that leaves me literally with just the rocket gun. Yeah, the problem I have with the rocket pistol, unlike everything else, it has not affected my fire control system. So it is kind of a crapshoot on it if I hit. And that's kind of tricky when I'm moving fast. Good job, come on up. Now my mouse is just going around. It should be fine. Welcome back. You managed to secure the mine. They'll be able to resume normal operations soon. I haven't gotten a good look at the head yet, but from what I've seen, it seems the attackers are some sort of autonomous drones. I really don't know where they came from. Nothing about the construction points to an unknown manufacturer. Hope we learn more by examining the head unit. Oh hey, you're back already. You look like you're in a good mood. We were awesome out there. We were totally in sync. If Talon Squad was piloting one combined super robot, there'd be no bugs left on Oron. Too bad that project never succeeded. You could be piloting the real deal. Wait, what project? You didn't know about that? The time one guy wanted to create a real super robot? There was an incredibly rich madman who wanted to recreate the robot from his favorite super robot show in reality. He poured billions into creating the most advanced armor, avionics, and weapons ever mounted on a GB. Oh, this is years ago. They managed to build a GB back then. It was way ahead of what we have now. What? Why don't we have it fighting the Letos if it's awesome? That awesome. He couldn't get the combination working. Had to be exactly like the show. He wanted it to split apart into 3 machines that can combine to form the robot. Completed robot worked, but the individual machines didn't operate right. He was so disappointed that he ordered the project to be scrapped. He had it scrapped just because it didn't work like the cartoon? Well, now every dumb decision I've ever made seems a lot less stupid by comparison. That's how the story goes. Some say the parts were saved and are still floating around somewhere. Okay, so let's go back to this guy. Hand weapon, right backpack. Could do a twin gun, could do... I think I'll do the twin gun. Okay, next mission, wildlife survey. Plant trackers on the letopids. What? We have a special mission for you. We want to conduct extensive research on the letopids, and we need a highly skilled pilot to collect data for us. We'll be fitting you with special equipment and sending you to an area with high letopid activity. Miss Jefferson will brief you on the details. What you need to do is put trackers on the letopids. We've tried tagging them previously, but it seems like the letopids will know if one of them has been tagged. They'll attempt to claw out the tracker, or just kill the tagged specimen outright. I've created a chemical agent that will mask the tracker and prevent it from being discovered. The agent must be sprayed on the specimen at short range. It's very important that only one specimen is sprayed at a time. Any more in the letopids will discover the tracker. You must isolate one letopid from the swarm and fire the masking agent at it. Once the agent has been applied, you can use the tag gun to fire the tag into the specimen. Tracker will become active instantly. All you have to do is shoot at a valid specimen. And you probably know this, but you can not attack the tagged letopids. The tracker will be worthless if the specimen is destroyed. Isolate a letopid, spray with the masking agent, and plant the tracker. You'll be equipped with a sprayer and a tag gun for this mission. These will be mounted on your backpack slots. Only be able to bring a single handheld weapon with you. Choose it wisely. I'd advise against using explosives, as the mission requires skilled precision when isolating a target. Okay. So in that case, maybe we do get the pea shooter. It doesn't do nearly as much damage, but not having to worry about ammo might actually be really helpful on this one. Which is which? Okay, so this is definitely the sprayer. Okay. So the one problem is... how isolated do they have to be? Okay, let's go up here. Okay, tracker's active. I mean, when they say isolate, okay, it does actually warn me if something has been tagged. That is good. So it really just means hit them one at a time. Nothing more. That's actually really easy to do. Okay, that's enough. Return to base. Oh, that was easy. Where's the exit? Oh, that was it. Alright, we're good to go. I wonder what those blue dots were. Oh well. The mission was a success. I hope that the data gathered today will help us put a swift end to the letopid invasion. Thanks for the help. I never had such a good chance to research live specimens. Sure, we'll make groundbreaking discoveries with the help of the trackers. Oh, one more thing. Surely you'll be happy to hear that while you're on your way back, we observed a large-scale battleship heading for Oront. They're sending us backup from the core worlds. It'll be a while before they get here, but help is on the way. We won't have to hold out for long. Okay, chance encounter. Find containers in the refinery area, 30,000 credits. We've been informed that a cache of valuable materials has been left behind in one of our ore refining facilities. We're preparing to send a recovery team to the refinery to collect the materials. Unfortunately, we can't just roll up and pick up the cargo. The terrain surrounding the facility is hazardous and difficult to navigate. The area is littered with pools of toxic materials. These pools are dangerous. Even a GB will not survive direct exposure for long. To avoid unnecessary risk, the transports will stand by the recovery point, while a squad of GBs recovers the crates. Your mission is to find the crates in the refinery and carry them to the recovery point. Be advised that activity near the refinery is sure to attract the attention of any bandits lurking nearby. You'll have to deal with a harsh environment, possible bandit confrontation. It'll be a tough mission, but I have faith that you'll succeed. We have access to the Bellarica. Decent carry capacity, heat venting system hampers the otherwise impressive flight capabilities. So, speed's about the same, fire control's a little less. 400 more armor, better carrying capacity. I think I'm just going to stick with the one I've got. Oh. Go back, base exchange, loadout. You. That should be good. And lounge. Hey Nora, did you figure out anything about those spider drones? Well, I haven't made much progress. The drone construction doesn't match any manufacturer. Or rather, it matches every one of them. Every one? What do you mean? Well, it's the components. There aren't really any unique parts used in those drones. Everything is made of generic components that are sourced from a variety of manufacturers. Whoever made them must have had a lot of money and connections to source the parts and assemble the drones in secret. Setting up the production line must have been expensive, but after everything's in place, you can manufacture the drones at an incredibly low cost. They aren't that dangerous, so it doesn't really matter how many they make. They don't have to be dangerous. It's enough for them to be on the field. Destroying them uses bullets and GBs. Ammo and GB maintenance aren't cheap. They fulfill their purpose. If they cost less than the ammo that's needed to destroy them, they actually manage to take down a GB. That's just a bonus. I didn't think about it like that. I'll have to try and spend less ammo from now on. Please use as much as you need to come back alive. Training new pilots isn't cheap either. And there isn't enough money on Oront to train a pilot even half as good as me. Okay, chance encounter. Okay, same deal. Should be good. You're approaching the refinery. Search for the crates, bring them here. Okay, there we go. There's one. Another one down here. And yeah, it doesn't look like I lose my weapon. I just lose access to it as long as I'm carrying the crate. Incoming bandits. They got those spider tanks with them. We've come to claim the cargo. Surrender and you'll live. Okay, but where are said bandits? Okay, there they are. I guess I could just grab both of these. Because the bandits are a problem, but I'm assuming the bandits might just be endless. Until... There we go. The bandits might just be endless until I take them out. Or not I take them out, until I complete the mission. So in that case, it's not really that important for me to fight them. Because I'm a lot faster than them. Like, I'll fight them if they're inconvenient. Okay. Because in this case, maybe I should be fighting them. Got it. Pick that one up. At least they drop a decent amount of materials for me. Oh, you didn't die. There we go. Okay, next set. Yeah, it seems like there's more bandits just kind of in the area. Oh. Get them. There we go. None of that missile business. There we go. Grab both of those. Did I get them all? Oh, I see. Oh! Did I just get absolutely hand blasted? I did. Well, I'll start over. Because I can go faster now that I know how this works. Because yeah, each and every one of my weapon slots can hold one of these things. So I can go even faster than I was going. Oh, admittedly this is 2, but whatever, I'll take it. I think I could really put more in, like, my left arm. Alas. Okay. Let's just pick everything up. Now that I know the rockets are kind of jerks. There. And now I can be much more selective about what I pick up. There we go. Because yeah, as far as I can tell, the bandits are endless, but this way, I still do need to worry about that one group. But I'm just so much faster than them. Grab them both. Damn. I'm like, I could just take the checkpoint. That is an option. I guess actually, you know what I could do? The big issue is actually these buildings back here. It's right next to their spawn point. Last time I went for the fastest possible route. But what if I only pick up... What if I pick up the farthest ones first before it becomes too dangerous? Because trying to maneuver around that location was getting me killed, more than anywhere else. And yeah, I can also try fighting. Like, that is valid as well. Let's just get the far stuff. Because we want to go grab that, but that's not as dangerous as the area I was just fighting in. And yeah, this is on its own. Oh, right. I can still beam saber when you're... I can still beam saber while I'm in this. That's when my left hand is empty. Okay, now we only have a handful left. Yeah, my question is... Are these guys infinite? Seems like my allies are immortal. Which makes sense. And yeah, there's plenty of supplies, so like, Me running for things earlier was kind of unnecessary. Get that one. But yeah, it seems like they're just gonna keep coming until the mission is done. Which, like, I guess is good if I want to farm for money. But obviously boring. Yeah, let's go grab the last couple cases. There we go. Grab them both. It should just be this one, yeah? I think we're good. Yeah, it seems like we've just got an endless parade of bandits coming after me. The transports can't escape with the bandits there. Alright, so now they've probably stopped spawning at this point. Okay, there we go. None of that, you. Getting vaguely better at fighting the... My allies are just like, hey, but what if I just lived in the acid? There we go. All crates secured, no enemies on the radar. Yeah, so endless until they, I get the crates in. Oh, it's fine. Works out for me. Let's get the crates loaded and get out of here. Hey, pilots. What? Who's that? Look, over there. Hello. It seems I've gotten myself shot down. That is most unfortunate, as the current environment is quite unfriendly. I fear that I won't survive for long without a vehicle. Will you let me be taken as your prisoner? I give my word that I'll atone for my misdeeds very diligently. Take him with you. You might be able to tell us about the spider tanks. Thank you very much, kind sir. I'm like 90% certain he's going to somehow betray us from the inside. Yeah, so shooting down all those GB is not really worth the effort for money. You must be the commander of these fine soldiers. You should be proud. They really gave us what for. Thank you, they've certainly shown great potential. I'd like you to show me to my cell. I have a long while of lamenting my misdeeds and planning my reform ahead of me. I'd like to get started. It can be arranged, but first I'd like to ask some questions. Certainly, I'd be glad to assist. Today you had some quadruped fighting machines with you. I'd like to know where they came from. Ah yes, there's a story behind those machines. On a certain day, maybe a month ago, we got a visitor. It was a young lady who drove into our camp on a regular transport truck. As far as I know, she was alone, or at least she had no other human with her. She very confidently asked to see our leader and then proposed a deal for him. She said that she would give us weapons and equipment. In return, she asked that we would perform a favor for her when she'd ask us to. We thought the deal was strange, but we had no reason to refuse. After we agreed, she contacted someone, or something. A small group of those spider drones walked up to our camp. She told us they were ours. Then she walked back to the truck and drove away. We haven't seen her since. I see. Can you tell us any more about this person? What was the favor she asked? She introduced herself as Esther Lockett, but she seemed like a shady character. I doubt she told us her true name. She never told us what the favor was. She only made just pledge to be there when she asked for us. She made similar deals with other raider groups. I don't really pry into other people's affairs, so I can't say. My apologies. Well, thanks for telling us what you know. We'll come by yourself if we have any more questions. Certainly. He is so sauce. Okay, arrival. The reinforcements from the core worlds land on Oront. The battleship was sent from the core worlds has now entered communications range. We've been in contact with the crew and are now aware of their objectives. The ship is called the Regolith. It is crewed by a special unit known as the Nighthawks. The Nighthawks have gained notoriety from their operations as an independent strike group, taking on various operations across the colonies. Upon arriving on Oront, the Nighthawks will take charge of all operations until the Letopid invasion has been quelled. The Regolith will stand on Oront in a few days, or land on Oront in a few days. The landing site will be near Kano Base. The crew and equipment from the ship will be stored here, till they're shipped to various key points on the front. It'll be a challenge adjusting to our new allies and command structure. Nevertheless, I urge you all to offer full cooperation to the Nighthawks. Together, we can put a swift end to the Letopid invasion. A few days later, the massive ship lands on Oront. The Talon Squadron is dispatched to the landing site to help transport the cargo. Oh, he does not look like a good guy. I am First General Marshal Varna Rostrum, leader of the Nighthawks. And this is Commodore Captain, my second in command. Commodore Captain Karn Lager, at your service. My name is Argo Contrail. I'm the commander of Kano Base. Welcome to Oront. No need for pleasantries. In fact, there's very little need from you. Little I need from you. Let's make this clear. I'm here to do a job. I'm an expert, and I don't need advice from some backwater post commanders. You need anything from me, you don't bother me. You ask Captain Lager, and he decides if it's worth my time. Understood? Understood. But I'm sure you'd like to meet with the generals. You'll be taking charge of all operations after all. Obviously. Then please follow me. Captain, put the locals to work. Yes, sir. You there, come here. Me? I was under the impression that you were made aware that the Nighthawks will be in command from now on. Yes, I heard something about that. Sounds like you didn't hear it clearly enough. Get to work. Yes, sir. The ship's cargo is quickly transported to the base. With the new weapons and allies, the people of Oront would have a better chance at ending the Letopid invasion. The Nighthawks were quick to take control and immediately began planning an offensive into Letopid territory. Let me guess, this fails miserably. Okay, start the counteroffensive against the Letopids. This is an important day. We'll start our first joint operation with the Nighthawks, and take the first steps towards reclaiming Oront. The leader of the Nighthawks, First General Marshal Varna Rostrum, will now explain the operation. We'll now commence our counterattack on the Letopids and begin our campaign to take back the space elevator. The area surrounding the space elevator is blanketed by impenetrable swarms of roaming Letopids. Any ground forces approaching the city would get caught by swarms and immediately destroyed. Our best option is to bomb them from long range. Our ship, the Regolith, is more than capable of deploying enough ordnance to annihilate every bug on the planet. The only problem is the rapid and unpredictable movements of the swarms, which make bombing them very difficult. The Letos are too spread out to be destroyed effectively. Fortunately, they are very unintelligent and predictable. We'll take advantage of this and use long-range artillery to herd the swarms into a single point. Once we have all the bugs in one place, we'll fire at the cluster with the Regolith's main cannon. This will allow us to destroy a vast quantity of Letos with a single strike. Once the Letopid mass has been removed, we will commence Phase 2 of the operation and advance on the city. The Nighthawks will take care of the Regolith and the sky. Your mission will be to assure the safety of our ground assets. We will deploy artillery cannons at strategic points from which they can fire on the swarms and drive them to the strike zone. Each one of these is instrumental in completing the mission and ensuring victory. Do not allow a single cannon to be destroyed. Once we have confirmed sufficient reduction in the Letopid mass, you will retreat to the staging area and begin preparations for Phase 2 of the operation. Commodore Captain Lager will now explain the special equipment you will use during the mission. The Regolith will provide air support for the ground teams during the mission. You may signal for either an airstrike or a supply drop. To designate a target, use a radar gun. Aim at the position you want to strike and activate the weapon. Shell will be fired at the designated position. There will be 2 different weapons available to you. Yellow airstrike gun will drop a powerful bomb at the designated location. Green supply gun will drop a container at the designated position. Upon successful landing, the container will deploy 2 supply drones and an automated turret gun that will fire at nearby hostiles. Weapons will be made available to you from a special container at the mission area. Use the resources granted to you to complete the mission. We've fixed artillery cannons onto the CF-class transports. These land battleships will transport the cannons to the designated points. Part of my voice. Are you sure that the transports are good for this? We don't use the land ships on the front line. They aren't made for fighting. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize we forgot to consult Oront's most brilliant strategist when planning the operation. I believe you're not sufficient rank to criticize my plans. You should be reporting to the hangar. Move along now and don't let me catch you running your mouth during my briefing again. Can you believe this guy? What kind of complexes does he have? That's how it's supposed to be in the military. We've just been spoiled rotten by Arno. Now, come on. Let's get moving. They're going to flip if we're late. Okay, so we have access to the Saprolite. No fire control. Melee control. Manned version of the Saprolite autonomous drone. The machine makes up for its poor flight capabilities with armor and weapons. That is a chunky boy. The lack of fire control is annoying, though, so I think we just stick with my usual. Oh, do we have new weapons? We do. So I have a burst gun and a flamethrower. I could try the burst gun. We also have a shotgun pod and a missile launcher. I'll give it a shot. And let's do the autocannon. That should be good enough. Cutscene. I really like the low poly for this game. It works very well. Like, if you put the right kind of filter on this absolutely could have looked like a early Dreamcast / arcadey game. All units, commence operation. Talon Squad, hostiles are moving towards your location. Destroy them before they can damage the cannons. Oh. That's what the burst cannon do. Wait, why am I running away from them? Oh gosh, actually this is a lot? Okay. That didn't work. Okay, air support. Oh, I see. It's on a cooldown. Wait, is this the pistol? Hold up. That's not the gun that I meant to bring. Unless... Okay, hold up. I can just skip that. Okay, hand weapon, rifle, shotgun, and autocannon. I must have picked up one of the other things. I'll take it. Okay, so that's how it works. The air support just drops. Let's see. Yeah, the air support just drops a pistol regularly. Oh, I was going to try the burst fire gun rather than my rifle. Whatever. There we go. That was a different one. You guys look kind of fungy. Okay, there's a lot of bad boys, but that's okay. I think I kind of prefer not using the burst gun. It seems a little funky. Damn, that beam saber slaps. None of that, you. And this is why I went for the fast model. Because I can't rely on my allies to do things correctly. Oh, they've got homing missiles. Okay. I literally can't leave the area. Let's see what I can grab. Because I'm mostly curious about these air support turrets. Oh, you can only have one of them. Okay, good to know. You know, those turrets are not the most durable fellows. I'm gonna put that further back then. Grab another one of these. I figure that can kind of wait there as a... kind of backup situation. Okay, that hurt real freaking bad. What I get for burning most of my ammo. All ammo. And it turns out that thing kind of sucks. Okay, so it actually does look like the there we go. It does look like the support turrets will stick around. I don't know how much we need to worry about it. We're only here for 15 more seconds, so I think we're actually in the clear. That was a little spicy. I don't like the fact that you had an air support thing just hanging out back here, but it looks like maybe it's fine. Storm density is increasing at the strike zone. We're ready to begin the firing sequence. Preparing to fire the main cannon. Launch code accepted. Safety lock cleared. Ready to fire. Fire. Direct hit on the Letopid cluster. Scanners show no movement within 400 meters of the strike zone. Overall swarm density is decreased by 92%. Good. Mission accomplished. All units prepare to return... Alright. I was expecting that to backfire. Maybe it backfires after this. We'll see. And okay, there we go. I don't know why it's asking me to confirm to continue. Well, blow up a lot of bugs. That doesn't do anything. Dang. Yeah, unfortunately, each bug is worth, like, some credits. Okay, actually, it was worth a bunch. We've managed to remove most of the Letopids around the city in a single strike. The way to the city is now open. Won't be long until we've taken it back. I'd like to give a special mention to the leader of Talon Squad. Reported your area was especially well defended. However, it seems you have an attitude problem in your squad. Got your squad mates running his mouth during the briefing. Keep your squadron under control and you'll make a great asset for us. Dismissed. Alright. Well, I'm actually going to leave us here. I'm pretty sure this next one, Fly Swatter, this next one or maybe the one after is going to probably go badly. We'll see. But, I guess if you want to see that, you'll have to pick the game up yourselves. I'm going to taunt you a little bit. I don't know. I actually really like this. It's not a particularly big game. I think it maybe only takes like 3-4 hours to beat the whole beat the whole thing, but there's repeatable missions on top of it all. I like this. Like, I think this is neat. I would love to see more of this. Oh, there's apparently a Raider expansion that I didn't know about. So it's a campaign side story that actually takes place after the end of Gearbits. That's interesting. I will have to look into that. Unfortunately, the DLC is not on sale, but at least the base game is, okay, 10% off right now as part of the Steam sale. Mostly I just wanted to play more of this game because I just wanted to play this game because I'm a huge sucker for mech games. And this is actually one of the better ones I've played in a very, very long time. I think my only true complaint about it mostly boils down to, I really wish there was more customization. That, you know, you have a bunch of these unique mech bits, but like, I want my quadruped legs, I want my hover legs, I want to be able to swap my arms and heads out and various like customizable bits. And not being able to do that always makes me just a little sad. I like mech games that go like real deep in the customization, and it's always a shame when I don't get that. But I also recognize that heavy customization takes a lot of time and effort, and you have to make every part match, and that can be tricky. And so I totally understand why they didn't do that. Anyway, I guess with all that said, yeah, I might as well mention once again that Gearbits is available on Steam right now. It's $10 normally, down to $9 for the Steam sale. And then they also have a kind of post-game DLC that is $5, which I think is a very fair price for what it is. Not the longest game in existence, but if you're a mech fan, it'll be a good one. Anyway, because with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. Well, for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.